in a lane, it's gonna struggle there.
Oh, okay. So is that that is Amara? Okay,
That's Amara.
No Amara Monkey.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Did he play that this tournament yet?
I don't think so. The last time I remember Abba Cole being played was just Hector on Beast Coast, rushing that Radiance every game.
Oh, that's. I guess he likes it because he can purge the Dazzle Poison in the laning stage with the Aphotic Shield. Maybe that's what the thought was. I think I've never seen a Mar Abaddon, honestly. But well, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah,
this is some crazy draft.
It is. OG has been really pulling a lot of stuff deep into their pockets today. It seems like trying to stay in their tournament here. How do you feel about this draft? I'm gonna start over on your end there, Swan.
So what I see is that Aster has an Enigma that has no BKB counter, like the no BKB Black Hole counter. On the other hand, the BZM puck is also not really directly answered. I think if this goes very late, like BZM has a pretty free game on this puck right here. So honestly, I think quite a lot of stuff is open here. I love the monkey puck combination, but also like the Ori puck against puck is going to be super interesting. It's really tough to tell. I think I would lean towards the Aster draft a little bit, just because I'm a little bit concerned about the Abaddon pick. I'm not sure how good this of an offlane hero is, but maybe he's going to be kicking off.
All right, well, there you have it. There's a bit of a Aster vote on the panel here, at least for Storm. But let's see what our... Okay, you agree. Let's see what our casters have to say. We have Sunspan, Jenkins, and Snaking.
Hello! Welcome, everybody. This is the lower bracket semifinals with Sunspan, Jenkins, and the Snaking, the man himself. How are you doing, good sir?
I'm doing just fine. Thanks for inviting me to
Great. Did you delete your lies and apologize?
Of course, you gotta do it for Kyle.
All right, excellent. Well done. So this series is going to be extra hype. We got OG, who already played today in that first series, won 2-1 against Beast Coast, against Aster, and these lineups are kind of crazy, Jenkins.
That's right, we got a Pudge. I don't give a shit about any of these other heroes. Did we get a Pudge?
That's right.
Ori, yeah, he's very good at this hero. Hits those beautiful, beautiful hooks. I'm looking for some of those this game.
All right. Snaking, what do you think about the lineups? Because we see the Abaddon offline, which OG has not run this tournament, as Taiga. Hold that thought. Poison touch is there. Ori with the hook. It's going to be sidestepped, though, but the Whirling Axe is coming. Fisher blocking a little bit, but the toss back up. Looks to be first blood for Aster. Only question is who gets it. It's actually Siamese with the poison touch.
That's a flesh sheet, though.
That is a flesh sheet. That is true. But yeah, Snaking, what are your thoughts on the lineups?
I think it's really important for Aster to do well in this Enigma lane. This is a lot of where their pressure is going to be. And if they can win this lane against the Monkey King, I think they'll have a very good snowball lineup where the Enigma will get the flags and kind of take over the map.
Actually started with the Basilius on Enigma. No regen, triple branch.
This is a XXS special. He loves doing this when he plays off the Enigma. So his Tiny will be able to have a lot of spells, and the Tiny just needs to buy these fast tranquil boots, so, and then he'll have HP and mana sustain in the lane.
All right, and thoughts on Core Abaddon. It has been a hot minute. One of my favorite personal heroes. Sheep talked about how Hector used to go the old Radiance build. We've seen, I mean, when it was actually picked, Echo Saber be a thing as well. Do you guys have a preference on any kind of item build? I mean, what is the identity of this hero in this specific game?
I think OG has very little safe and healing from their lineup against this Black Hole. So it'll be really important, I think, if he can get a good lane and get an early Aghanim Scepter timing, because that will completely nullify the Black Hole combo.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. It looks like he's queuing up some Tranquil Boots, Vlad's sort of situation.
Yeah, but he does change his mind and go right-click a lot on basically every hero. So we'll see how dedicated he is to being an actual utility offlane. Snaking, do you have issues with offlaners being a little too greedy at times?
I mean, it's becoming a tri-core patch. Oh, that missed toss on Enigma. It happens to all of us.
You know, he likes this because he's the 5, and 5s get to get farmed now too because of the homogenization of all the roles, right? You're farmed in every one of your games.
Yes, Moomiader actually calls me to pick his position 5 in a game. No, I'm actually like a +1 when I play.
Of course.
It's the way to do it.
Blast from the past there. So, Aster, I mean, the last hero I want to talk about is, I mean, of course we're going to end up talking about Pudge for about 20 minutes straight. I'm just kind of holding it off for a moment. Monet picking the Troll Warlord. The panel kind of talked about how it's pretty good against the Monkey King because of the mischance coming from Whirling Axes, but this hero has been kind of hit or miss not the most consistent position. One, Snake King, what are your thoughts on the hero right now?
I think the hero in general is actually very hard to run because he pretty much doesn't have an ultimate, because when you press that ultimate, you lose all control of your hero.
Iragi not getting healed enough from Taiga, so that's going to lead to a kill for Aster. Sorry, go ahead and continue your thought.
So I think it's going to be really important for Aster to have good team fight around this troll, because the moment he presses ultimate, he's super committed, and they need to be able to back him up.
I feel like they do have it with Enigma Black Hole, like Pudge blinking in, dismembering, like tiny AoE stunts too in the toss back. Like I do think they can actually set up to give their troll a good game. And other than I guess Puck and Monkey King both do have ways of dodging the troll, which is an issue, but that's where the stuns come in.
Yeah, precisely. And I think this Enigma lane is actually doing quite well, and better than imagined, because people often pick Ench and Chen to counter this Enigma offlane. You just go Ench and Holy Persuasion and just take over his creep, and you can actually out-trade the Eidolons.
Yeah, they gain so much HP. It's basically like one super Eidolon versus two, and you almost always win that trade.
Yes, and the Giga Chat always wins.
Yeah, it does. It does. Or he does, rather.
BZM getting a bit harassed here from Ori. Pudge versus Puck. Who gets the advantage here? Puck feels like a hero you just can't really counter in the laning stage.
Wrong.
But Pudge is the counter.
That's wrong. Pudge is the counter. This is the hard counter. We saw it before. We cast it with Owie. It might have been Ori.
Yeah.
It was playing the Pudge before. Okay. It's the same thing. They like this as the counter.
Fissure coming out to try to aggress, but Aster's going to turn this around instead, as Seb taking massive right clicks. Phonic shield the last moment, though, from Amar, keeping him alive. In fact, turning it around now onto Aster instead. Monet has to back away. Seeing some extra mana with those whirling axes, but, I mean, how much of a counter would you say Pudge is in the laning stage? Like, is it... I mean, Puck still farms, surely.
I think both of these heroes will just end up farming. Mid just becomes a farming matchup, but I think with this hook stealing Puck's rune and then Pabuka's on the bot rune, it slows down Puck's game a lot, because he needs a lot of regen and sustain to keep farming the small camp. And you can see both of their elastics are extremely high.
XXS getting jumped on by Iragi. Nice blocks from Taiga as well. The Jingu procs, and Iragi wanted to get the kill, but just not in range, so Taiga will clean it up instead.
Yeah, that's the result of Baboka heading mid. And I did actually want to ask you, Stay, like, is there any scenario in this patch where the supports don't head mid to protect the runes? It feels like it's more and more these days.
Yeah, the runes matter a lot, because mid is all about resources these days. It's mostly because of small camp. You have more resources, you're going to be able to farm more. You can even farm the enemy small camp if you have enough resources and strength.
Up Amar, Aphotic shield. Will it keep him alive? Just barely. And he has the... What is his build right now? He's got the 0-2-1 build at the moment, holding on to that extra point.
Yeah, he's, you know, he's not doing that well up here. It's kind of all defensive shields rather than aggressive ones.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of CS, 19-2 versus the 17-9 of the Enigma on the other side. So if you look at it that way, it's about even. He's going to get turned on though, but the Aphotic shield taking off the poison touch. Seb is here as well, but the right clicks are just too much. As Siamese Cat really racking up the kills on this Dazzle.
Yeah, this early game is favoring Aster a lot, because Enigma will kind of have eventual pressure on the Monkey King, especially if there's any rotations from Asters. Whereas I think this Abaddon will never truly be able to kick this Troll Warlord out in a 1 versus 1 scenario.
Yep, Ori now level 6, almost level 7 in fact. A second in net worth already, as he's making his way towards the bot lane with the help of Baboka potentially. Might be just looking for some farm though. I mean, how fast do you want to get active? Is it dependent on this 6-minute rune that's spawning right now?
I think so. And he got it. He won the 50-50, picks up an arcane.
Arcane rune, Baboka, he's getting gone up, but the toss back into Ori's arm. Gets off the dismember, but the Nature's Attendant's healing up a decent amount, but the hook and the right clicks are too much for Taiga to handle. So Ori, another flesh heap stack for him.
Doesn't need to use the hook to get the repositioning there. He's got the toss. They've actually got a lot of repositioning between the toss and the hook in this game, which is what they need for Troll. Like, as we talked about, this is a hero, his ult gets kited. So having abilities that, you know, obviously lock units down, but not only that, but bring units in towards him is very valuable. As I don't know, Seb, this might be a little bit more than he can chew here.
And that's a big fat boy indeed. Ori gets enchanted though. As top lane looks like we have a little action. No kill will come from it. Although the hook is sidestepped again by Taiga, who's done that a couple times already this game. Used to playing against these Pudges in this tournament that have... I wonder what the win rate is. It feels like it's pretty decent.
No, don't worry. It's bad.
So we don't want that nerf to come, of course.
Ice Frog, it's not a good hero.
That's right, it was like 40% last we checked.
Yeah.
A couple days ago.
All right, Snake, do you actually think Pudge is a good hero, or is this just mid-tier?
I think it's actually a quite viable hero, and Ori makes it actually look very good. And I think Nisha also plays a very good Pudge. I think what the mid player... Oh, hold on to that.
Initiation onto Monet in that top lane. The counter is that poison touch from Siamese Cat. And again, we've seen it all tournament long. Is the sidestep here from Baboka, the toss back with the Ava, and Monet gets hand-delivered a tasty treat.
Ori tried to TP in, but he got his TP canceled by BZM, who did have to use the coil, so... that actually could have gone a lot worse for OG if Ori on Pudge is able to show up to that.
And Ori using the little horsey neutral item, gets off the dismember on the BZM. It's not going to lead to a kill, but BZM still has to hightail out. And a hook, Ori, okay. The invisibility was taken from Yuragi though. Ori obviously wanting to hook the rune instead. Siamese Cat, and get some cover from Baboka's Avalanche. But going back to the Pudge discussion, again, Jenkins and I covered a lot of EU and NA, and it just felt like China was the only region that could figure Pudge out on a consistent level. But Snay, what are your thoughts on how it works globally?
I think right now the mid lane is a lot about the ability to farm the small can. I think this Pudge with this flesh heap ability, you just need 1 point in it and you can farm the small can without taking any damage. I think that's kind of why this hero is kind of viable as a mid laner. You just get incredibly farmed and you can easily rotate to any of your side lanes if they have any stun set up for the hook.
And being able to get the runes too with that hook is very nice. I think that's a big reason that Puck is viable, or when they added the water runes, like seeing Puck take 2 runes where other mid laners can't.
XXS, he's initiated on and brought down even before a TP can finish. As Baboka trying to get some counter action here. Avatos into the dismember. Centaur's coming, but no storm to come. Illusory Orb though keeps BZM alive just barely. Taiga in the meantime limping away as well. So Aster not able to get any retribution. The fact that BZM able to live there, pretty incredible.
Yeah, that's huge. It's a big kill if they would have gotten this Puck.
Monet in that top lane, top net worth in the game already. So he's just turning the pressure onto Amar. Amar is level 6. He ends up putting the point finally in his ult as he was about to die. Held on to that for as long as he could.
Yeah, so Amar's role in this game is really important because he is going for the Holy Locket Agonist build, which completely negates the damage of Black Hole. But the problem is he's very under-farmed, and he's not going to be able to pressure this Troll whatsoever. Troll is top of the net worth chart, and even when OG rotates heroes to help him, he can't really do anything to his Troll.
And he's going for a Battle Fury on Monet, so he's going to get very farmed in this game. Yuragi on the flip side, he's going for the Echo Saber build, so playing for more of an early game presence.
And Yuragi trying to take out these Eidolons is going to take a Malefice for his trouble. Ori gets the hook. Oh, sidestepped again. It looked like it should have hit, honestly. Just need a different Pudge cosmetic,
That's right. Go for the Dota Cinema one.
That's right, of course. Oh, coil misses from BZM. So a couple missed opportunities for both sides as the tip comes out. But Aster holding on to a firm 1K lead. The tower is getting pressured though by the Pinecone. And a catapult, of course.
And he's got Enchant up again too.
Baboka, this time he has the vault. Taiga's getting it dismembered, but the fissure blocks. Okay, Ori. Looks like they'll be able to run him down eventually. though. And poison touch Taiga.
The side step.
I mean, he has died a couple times this game, but there's some impressive Pudge hook shenanigans going on. Just able to sidestep it consistently.
He's confident, man. I mean, that's how you dodge Pudge hooks. You just have to confidently move in one direction and know with certainty that that's not where he's gonna hook. If you are not sure about it, you go back and forth. You always get hooked by just a straight-on hook, especially at that range.
Monet still top net worth. He's just going for the Battle Fury build, so not going to see anything too crazy. Obviously, the ramp up is a bit slow.
OG has elected to forfeit their safe lane tower to try to smoke gank this Troll. It's really important if Monet reads this and be able to escape this gank. because they're already getting a free tower in bottom lane. He should know something is up.
Yeah. Looks like you're right on. He's in the trees. There is a Monkey King though, so he's got to be a little careful about that. Man, he is a lumberjack. He is cutting through all these trees.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be A-okay, as I don't think Aster is going to defend this. As Siamese Cat, a pretty early grave is BZM. Can he sidestep the hooks? Ori faking. There's the phase shift at the last moment, so everybody's playing around with Ori's hook these days.
He doesn't really need to sidestep it. He has phase shift. He can just keep walking.
Yeah, but it looked cool.
It did look cool. Yeah, you always go for it. Ori knows he's not going to hit the hook and he goes for it anyway. It's fun.
Yeah, of course. And he is getting close to that Blink Dagger though, so once he gets that, which is about 400 away, the Blink Dismember could be a problem for Puck. And Amar now, level 8.
Top lane.
The XXS there, as yeah, top lane, Taiga getting gone. He has his Nature's Attendants. This time he can't sidestep a hook because no hook will likely come, although Ori making his way over. Fidget gonna block Monet for the time being. Taiga again! This man! I mean, he must play against a lot of pudges in his pubs or something.
So, I don't know, yeah. Well, man is prepared for the hooks.
I mean, once that Blink Dagger comes, though, it's going to be a little more difficult.
You know what happens now? Now Ori is going to focus on Taiga in every single fight just because he's so triggered that he keeps dodging the hooks. That's what this does. This is a psychological tactic that Taiga is employing here.
There's Baboka now in the mid lane. Trying to get some farm for Earthshaker, obviously. Oh, Seb not going to get tossed back. He's going to be going for the Shard. We've seen this a lot, the Shard. Shard first on Earthshaker and then the Blink later. This is a hero that just did not exist, I feel like, before this tournament. Snay, what are your thoughts on ES's performance so far? Because it started out pretty rough in the early stages of the tournament.
I think this hero became a lot more meta because it's one of the best catch for Puck, and Puck is super meta this patch, especially with this 3-1-1 build Seb is kind of popularized because of the Aster Shark buff.
That's the Blink reveal on said Earthshaker, and he's dead.
Yeah, and it's really hard for OG to kind of team fight into Aster. They have the great pack timing.
Oh, Wukong's command and a blink out from Ori. A wasted ult from Yuragi, and you can see OG made a bit of a rotation here as well, but Aster also here in numbers. Tons of Eidolons, hooks connect on Lamar into the Dismember, but the borrow time procs. So Aster just resetting, knowing that that is on cooldown.
He's got Blink on
XXS, yeah, we have the Blink on Ori. And XXS, okay, he's got his Black Hole. Coil only onto 1, and it's the fattest hero in the game. So Ori's gonna be just fine. Avalanche sets up the hook again. Taiga healing up, though, with those Nature's Attendants. As Yuragi gets bounced back, and he's gonna get Black Hole. It's a solo Black Hole. Set gets off the Echo Slam, but the Grave saving Ori. Dismember to give him a little extra HP, and Monkey King is dead. Ori trying to block the Fissure. He will live, though. Fissure kind of blocks off the pathway for Aster, though. As Illusion Orb will find one for BZM. Ends up being a 1-for-1, but again, Aster very fine with this exchange.
I think Ori used like 5 blinks in that fight with the Arcane Rune. That was the most value pudge Arcane Rune that I've ever seen.
He's definitely very strong, and especially with the Dazzle Grave save, like he has no fear for his life. He always knows this Dazzle will have his back.
I mean, that's another hero. At least in the NA region and EU, we didn't see a whole lot of it other than Fly kind of spamming it by himself. And I don't know what it is, but the Graves have just been completely consistent.
Yeah, it was like Fly and Insania that were really playing that hero.
And Amar still working on the Aghanim Scepter now that the Holy Locket is finished. Of course, that one, if I'm not mistaken, is when you take damage during borrowed time, it just heals your teammates, right?
It's when your ally takes damage, it auto your ally in this coil.
So you just stay outside. As Seb is dead. Not even able to get off another Fissure there. So Ori, another Flesh Heap stack.
Safe word.
Siamese Cat forced to... he's going to get stunned by the Boundless Strike, so OG do find a pick off and end up kind of getting a trade across the map. BZM close to his Blink Dagger now. He's had the Witchblade for quite a while.
Yeah, and the Tiny will have his as well, and he has the smoke ready, so that he probably will tell his team to make a move as soon as he gets his Blink Dagger delivered.
And Monet making great use of that Battle Fury, already taking out a juicy Ancient stack. Has the Ogre Club, almost done with the Mithril Hammer, so the BKB not too far away. And I mean, at what point does Aster want to turn things up? Is it that BKB? Is it Ori's Ags? I mean, they might even be aligned at this point.
I think it's probably anytime they want. Right now, Tiny has his blink, so they're definitely ready to make a play, and Monet can just, you know, farm it up and finish his BKB, and maybe join the fight if it looks good. But it looks like he wants to be a part of this.
Yeah, and there's the smoke you talked about. Pgl gets the blink dagger. He's looking mid. They're baiting XXS here.
And BZM out of mana as Pgl gets off the avalanche top, Dismember to follow. No time for Nature's Attendants this time.
It might be Roshan. They have Vlads. They can do it if they want to force it.
Yeah, they have the numbers. 5v4. Monet on the Troll Warlord.
Seb though, look at Seb. He's got the blink dagger. He's been hiding it.
Oh wow, he's gonna get hooked though. And Seb in a lot of trouble. Gets off the fissure. Rot continuing to do that damage over time. And here comes Yuragi making his ult. Gets a boundless strike. And now the focus is on the Ori. Of course, the Grave is available if they want to use it. Wukong's command is there as well. Able to get out of it though as the coil connects onto 2. Now the focus is on that, but the Grave himself. Society's Cat will likely fall here in just a moment. But Seb dies back into the game. Has that Echo Slam still available. So with this, Aster will likely have to try to back off as another missed hook here. As the cleanup crew is from Amar, taking out both Pgl and Siamese Cat. So OG, they lose 1 on Seb, buy back, and win the fight. And now they will attempt to go for the Roche.
Oh, wow.
And of course with, they're thinking about maybe not going.
Dire are scanning.
I mean, Abaddon, a very good hero with the Curse of Avernus stacks. With XXS, he still has his black hole. The Malefice into the hook is there, but the instant bender from Seb into the Echo Slam, just trying to take out this Enigma, and they do it successfully. Does have buyback. We'll see if he expended his Ori. Getting great from the high ground thanks to Siamese Cap with the balance strike, keeping him in place. Monet trying to focus on Taiga himself as Ori just taking so much damage from this impetus. Taiga just rips him a new one. And Monet, he is horribly outnumbered here, but not afraid to continue this fight apparently. Avalanche high from Pgl, trying to get off the ult. Monet just barely gets off the battle trance, but it's on a borrowed time target. He's going to heal to a high degree. Those Yuragi gets close in the meantime as Ori gets off the Dismember, gets off the balance strike with the Jingle strike, but it's not enough to stay alive. Double kill for Monet, and Aster somehow have turned this around. Did expend that buyback from Ori though, but they will likely go back into the pit as Roche did take a decent amount of damage.
Yeah, and especially Puck has no resources. He has to go back to base, so it's very likely OG will have to forfeit this Roshan. But maybe Seb can try to steal it.
Yeah, he's thinking about it. And they have a little bit of, they just hook out the Pine Cone. It's giving the only vision, so Seb's going to have to completely guess on this. And of course, this would technically be a dieback for him to come back a little bit early. He's going to go in, but Monet gets the Aegis, and Aster take out Seb in turn. And the triple tips.
The timing was actually there for him. He just got instant dismembered.
Yeah.
That was a nice try from Seb.
It really was. And it was, I was so patient from Monet. He could have ultied with the double damage in the previous fight, but he held it on to the very end, and it turned out to be the perfect ulti. Yeah. It went from 0 to 100% HP with the healing.
Yeah, and Dazzle was like 10 seconds on Grave too at that point as well, so he could not have been saved by the Grave. He needed the ult. If he used it earlier, he dies in that fight, and then this Roche goes to OG.
Exactly. It was actually a very clutch play by Monet. I think 99% of Troll players would have ulted a lot earlier in that fight.
Well, XXS with a Blink Dagger now. As it's being delivered, he has the Wraith Pact already in his inventory.
Pgl buys a smoke. They want to do something with this.
Yeah, the question is, do they see the Blink Dagger? Will it be revealed? Or are they able to keep it a surprise? No, it's going to show it right now.
He's looking for Yuragi in the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
just doing Monkey King things. He has the Echo Saber and still working on that BKB.
Yeah, OG doesn't really want a team fight anymore. They know that Aster is really strong with this Aegis, and they kind of need to wait for Abaddon's Agadam's timing if they want any chance of winning a team fight. So they're doing their best to kind of split OG Aster up and just get the farm that they can on the map.
Yeah, and Amar is very close to it. He's about 1,100 gold away. He's been kind of silently farming this whole time. Not as farmed as we're used to seeing him, but enough to get the Agadam Scepter at a decent time.
Yeah, still a point booster and Ogre Club away, so
is under
effectively halfway there.
He's got the Ogre Club. It's just point booster.
Oh, okay.
I think he's building into BKB and Sanj afterwards, so he will be using a lot of Ogre Clubs this game.
Monet working on this tier 2 tower that's already at half HP, still with a 3-minute expiration time on the Aegis. And it's going to be a freebie for Aster, which means outpost control for them. They can likely defend this top tier 2 if they want, as it is being pushed a bit. They can have a smoke though.
Yeah, Monet, he's got his BKB. He did not have that for the last fight, and that's why he had to hold the ult. Oh, mid lane.
Yeah, the avalanche toss into the black hole. BZM is dead. That is the counter to Puck. Instant stuns, endless stuns. And Aster get a very valuable kill with still 2 minutes left on the Aegis, so we'll see what else they want to get out of the map.
Radiant's courier
Yuragi's scouting out from above.
Dire are scanning.
Obviously no vision here for Aster, but the avalanche catches Amar.
Radiant's courier.
Toss back, we see a TP coming in from OG, but Monet and company are here in numbers. Borrow time is activated. Dismember to prevent anything else coming out from Amar. And that's going to be another easy kill for Aster.
Radiant's top tower.
5k lead for Aster as they are looking to try to snowball this game in their favor. Tier 1 tower, and looks like their sight is set on the tier 2 as well.
Yeah, and there's just not much OG can do about this. They just have to split and wait for their power spike on this Aghanim timing, but Aster's just gonna 5-man and not really give them the opportunity for any pickoffs, or they might even go high ground now with the Aegis.
Yeah, and typically we don't really see this from the first Aegis, but still with a minute and a half, and the fact that they've taken basically every outer tower outside that tier 2 mid. Aster feeling very comfortable. Black hole not quite up, but Ori with the Aghanim Scepter now for the Pudge. BZM, visible right now. Gets off the waning rift, and CXS
Radiant's top tower
trying to find him, but it is a Puck after all. Monet able to maintain the Aegis, still with a minute to go as Ori's going to be spotted by Yuragi, but the focus is onto the Dazzle. The hook trying to save him, but the Echo Slam from Seb takes out the Dazzle in turn, and Monet actually pops the BKB despite still having the Aegis for another 45 seconds. Trying to get a hit right now, but Ori with a big dismember onto Taiga. Looks to be his death at the very least, so it's a 1-for-1 support for support as we have the ultimate from Monet onto Amar, who already popped Borrow time as well, so he's back to full HP. Aegis another 30 seconds, so they're likely just trying to wait this out. But Baboka getting into backlines, gets a big avalanche, but he gets hooked by accident, and now Seb taken out by the right clicks of Monet, who has a double kill. So despite Aster not really executing everything to the capabilities that we've seen so far, they're just so far ahead right now, it doesn't really matter.
top barracks are under attack.
Yeah, and the team fight from Aster's lineup is just too much, and with this raid pack as well and the Aegis, I think OGs just can't really team fight back.
Avalanche. Silence comes out, so just at the right time into the coil, but again, the barracks are already down. XXS jumps in. No black hole quite yet. Hook missed from Ori. Despite it being a stationary target, it's like watching myself play, but he's still winning the game on A. He's going to drop inside this Wukong's command. 50 seconds of no troll.
Oh, they're going to keep going.
So OG gets something out of this, but the Boundless Strike misses, and the TPs are coming. XXS out. And the only one remaining is Ori, who also gets out indeed. So Aster not punished as hard as they could have been. OG already losing a Rax at the 25-minute mark.
Yeah, Monet was just a little too deep in the base. Without any defensive BKB or ultimate, he just overextended.
Yeah, and his Dazzle was dead too. Trying to walk back to the fight that was happening. Did have a haste rune, but not quick enough.
BZM and Seb trying to find an opening here, knowing that this troll is dead, but it's not the longest death timer. And Amar, how close is he to Ags? It's still 500 away.
Yeah, and he's trying to finish at bot lane, but they have this really good ward on Aster. He might get caught. His whole team is converging.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm just so desperate to find this item. Ori shows up, and you can see, just walks up, dismembers, and a very ambitious TP from Amar is cancelled by 2 different spells, and he's brought to his knees. So still waiting on this Ags.
I think he knew he was going to suicide for that, but he wanted all of those range creeps. There's like 5 or 6 of them there. It would have actually been his Aghanim Scepter. It's just that the shield does not have damage to pop and kill the range creeps quick enough before Aster got to him.
BZM, he's working on a Dagon apparently. He's trying to get pick off itemization, but obviously very far away from actually completing.
I feel like this is to jump the backline Dazzle. Just dagging him from full HP and try to kill him in a silence.
Yeah, you kind of have to when you're playing Puck versus Dazzle or any saves in general. You kind of have to find the saves, but good itemization from Aster's Dazzle. He has the Glimmer Cape ready, and he's queuing up the Shard to play against this Puck next.
Yeah, that's going to be really annoying. Being able to get that free sheep onto the Puck. But from the side of OG, how big of a deal is the Aghanim Scepter? I know that we were talking about this the whole game, but would that potentially be a turning point, or is it just they still need more on top of that?
I mean, it's definitely a fight condition for them, because right now they just don't have enough juice, but with this Aghanims will give them a lot of power to bait the Aster team in and take a good fight.
Trying to save Siamese Cat. The waiting rift coming to the coil onto 2 as Ori getting beat on by Yuragi and Taiga. They lose their Dazzle, but it's be a trade for Seth. And Monet really ready to fight as the hook connects from Ori. You can see how slow he is. Must have taken that talent level 10 as well. Yeah, absolutely out of control. Yuragi pops out Wukong's command along with his BKB, but Aster just walk outside. And they're going to attempt to TP out. Monet looks to be fine. So they found the 2 supports.
XXS, he's got no TP.
Yeah. You're right, he has absolutely nothing, so he's just dead. They get a core out of it at the very least, so 3 for 1. OG find a favorable fight for the first time in seemingly forever. But now the BKB online for XXS, and things continue to get harder for OG.
Taiga has an Orchid on Enchantress.
What? Really?
Yeah, he went for an Orchid.
Wow.
It's actually pretty good because there's a lot of channeling spells on both Enigma and
Monet already popping the Battle Trance, and Yuragi just dies.
That's disastrous. Carry v carry, complete solo kill. That is worth popping everything for on Monet.
Siamese, they're going to put down the sentry, so BZM has vision here. Gets off the waiting rift as well, and he's just dead. TP was canceled there from Aster, knowing that there is no point.
Yeah, but OG won't be able to get much from this because they don't have their carry alive. They just don't have enough damage for this Roshan that's spawning. So Aster can still collect a good fight and pick up this Aegis.
Yeah, Monet with a Satanic now. So the only thing that he was kind of having trouble with is when this BKB is on cooldown, needs a way to dispel that silence, but now he has that. Along with the extra HP is Taiga getting dismembered, and he's a kill for Aster. Now, how many kills do they need to be able to go into the Roche pit? Is another BKB online for Aster in the form of Ori's Pudge.
I mean, they can walk in anytime they want, but I think
92% win probability. Okay.
Yeah, 93. OG is just lacking a lot of damage right now. Even though they have this pretty much invincibility for 8 seconds from Abaddon, they just don't have enough people to do the damage in the fights.
As we have Roche at half HP, OG. I mean, they have good team fight in the pit. The Wukong's command and Echo Slam coil.
Oh, the old double wraparound play.
And
yeah,
Aster trying to bait this out. Ori focusing on the mark for now. The BKB's already popped. He's going to use his own to run with the black hole onto 2 cores from OG, and already Yuragi is dead. Amar already pops that borrowed time, but he is surrounded. And it's only a matter of time before they can chew through him as a double kill for Monet and second Roche for Aster.
Yeah, the ATM was too late to press his ultimate, so then they focused fire the Monkey King before his ultimate could proc. It was kind of a clutch thing.
Alright, we'll see Rampage. Do you know what Rampage is, Snake King?
It's hard to see those when you're playing support.
A shard for who? Oh, they gave it to Ori.
Yeah. No. That's to save his Dazzle, so Dazzle can save somebody else.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Black Hole, of course, disables all spell usage, so unlike other stuns, you cannot press the Abaddon ult in the Black Hole, which means it has to be procced by damage, and they just weren't focusing him until the carry was dead.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of games where Abaddon is focused on, and it just hasn't felt like it matters. Like, his borrow time keeps comes out, dismember. That's a dead Taiga. Monet getting healed up despite being blocked by the Fissure, tossed back to safety. They don't want to waste this Aegis because there's still plenty of time to work with. Obviously looking for a little bit more of a valuable kill to be able to go high ground, but with the Satanic, Monet should be able to get back to full HP relatively quick.
Yeah, I don't know how impactful that hook was, but
Dire's bottom
I'm just
tower
happy
is
for
under
Ori that he's
attack.
finally able to get that pesky Taiga with the hook for once.
We see the percentage on that is probably not the greatest this game. Yuragi on the trees can see all this. Monet trying to focus on Amar to start, but you can see Siamese Cat getting bursted with the Dagon. Echo Slam coming out from Seb as Amar pops his ult to try to heal his Seb up to good HP, but it's not going to be enough to save him. Double buyback on each respective side. Ori pops the BKB, dismembering Yuragi though. Yuragi trying to get at the Wukong's man. He does, but then dies a second after. And now Amar to the Whirling Axes. Double kill from Monet. So despite a pretty good initiation from OG, just not able to do much as this fight ends with a triple kill from Monet and BZM, the last member of OG alive.
Yeah, they have a creep wave going down mid, so OG is pretty much gonna have to expend all buybacks here. Aster maybe could even go throne. They're gonna focus the tier 3 instead.
Oh, that was a good attempt, but BZM blinks out. Just trying to push these waves and be annoying, but again, Monet on this troll can decimate these buildings. So we're going to see the second set of racks for Aster, and they could probably just get the mega creeps. Still 24 seconds on the Monkey King, does have buyback though. As BZM looking for the kill here. Does he dismember his teammate? Oh, the Waning Rift comes at the last moment though. So Ori, despite having the shard, not able to really use it. Either way, Monet focusing on objectives. That is gonna be mega creeps going the way of Aster, and that's game number 1.
Still a rack stop.
That is not mega creeps going the way of Aster in game number 1.
I mean, the creeps might take it though. They need to defend this.
That is gonna be mega creeps for Aster in game number 1.
What in Gaben's name?
That is unfortunate. The music comes out and Aster in commanding spot here. 22k lead. Troll still with the Aegis for 2 minutes. I mean, I can't remember the last time we've seen the first Roche even get that much value. They got that first set of racks really, really early.
Yeah, it's a really good lineup by Aster. They kind of planned this 5-man deathfall ahead of time and they executed perfectly.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but this is one of the most impactful Roche games that we've seen. And there's been a lot of impactful Roche games as Monet picks up a DD. So OG, they were looking to fight this. Maybe they're thinking twice now that he has that.
Did they spot that? That's the only question.
I'm not sure.
Smoke from Aster, they have everything available, including that black hole. Seb just looking for some sort of opening, but it's going to be in the cover of smoke, and they have to worry about this top lane as the mega creeps continue to push. It's going to be popped here in just a moment, or actually just expire of its own accord. It's a few seconds.
They're just looking for a pick off here.
Yeah, they can just use the cover of the creeps because somebody has to defend at some point.
Yeah.
You can see the orb. Monet, he's going to walk in the old-fashioned way. Not able to hit the Whirling Axis, but they spot Yuragi. He's going to get up to Wukong's command. I think one's dead right off the bat, so a good start for OG, but the dismember inside the Wukong command for Yuragi. Ori half HP just trying to right-click, but you can see Monet just ripping him a new one. 75 seconds of no Monkey King, and this looks to be the beginning of the end of game number 1 in favor of Aster, as they don't even need the buyback, it seems. The buyback comes out from Amar instead. The Dagon being used to full effect, but the GG's come out, and Aster just dominating in game number 1.
Yeah, they had some pretty decent lanes, but I think their first few moves were extremely good. They knew that essentially if they just go late game, they would win. They have this